Yahoo! We're on the iPhone SE 3. Still running at much more charged. Ate some lunch, had to deal with some work stuff. You know, work's important when you're working. We're still kicking at, now we're down a little bit below. See, the more charged it gets, the less quickly it charges. And I'm doing about the same amount of stuff on the computer. It's just stuff that's open. I'm not doing anything that's actually like process heavy at the moment. Though that's where my stuff sits, is, you know, that's doing nothing, really. Of course, I bumped the buttons because I'm not used to the iPhone. Well, there's the new USB-C volt ammeter. Here's the old one, and here's the Pixel 7 Pro. Charging rapidly. Okay. I think the Pixel still caps at 9 volts. It should be able to do more than 20 some watts, but don't forget that when that main Type-C is plugged in, and I'm in the second Type-C, that can only do max of 20 watts. Do your math there, and that's about 20, because 9 times 2 is 18, right? So what happens when we unplug the laptop here? Then it reconfigures. There we go. Okay, what happens when we use just the main port of or just laptops unplugged? We're going to use the main port charger for the Pixel 7 Pro. There we go. See how, I'm not saying that milliamp isn't useful, but it may be because of how much charged we are too. I think for the super fast charging, it only does that below a certain percentage, like 50, and it's even faster below 20 or 30, etc. Kind of how the laptop was doing it. But we were getting the full 20 watts off the secondary Type-C, while the main Type-C was still providing the laptop with 100 watts. Next up, we're going to try that same sort of thing, except 100 watts on here, and I want to see what it gives the laptop. Alright, so this thing right here is my Razor Blade Stealth, instead of referring to it as this thing. Hold on here. Alright, so I've swapped the cables. Blue one, which is in the 140 watt PD, is now going to be going into this thing, my Razor Blade Stealth, which has to be one of the most pickiest devices when it comes to charging, because it needs 100 watts. And it uses all of it. Quad core i7 and a 1650, I think, Super specifically in this one, but it's a 13-inch Ultrabook with a dedicated graphics card. That is my perfect laptop, essentially, for home use, and there's very few laptops that meet that requirement. And the thing is, though, is because it's so much power in a small form factor, it needs every bit of this 100 watts. So basically, anytime you plugged in anything that wasn't 100 watts, it would just yell at you. So here we have the 140 watt one. As you can see, it's upside down, so you just press the button and it flips it. That's actually why I put it on this side. You could charge either side. And we're only at 70 something watts. And that would be because, as you saw before, we weren't getting below 60% battery. So now we're up to about 85 watts, 87. Now I don't know if the Razer software will gladly tell you when you don't have a good enough charger. You'll get a big pop-up bang right in the middle of the screen there. Like it's not capable of 100 watts, but I don't think there's any way to tell what, like, you know, like with ThinkPad, where it'll tell you what it's capable of charging at, or like what charger you have plugged in. Yeah, so it's just got performance modes here. It doesn't actually, you normally get a little pop-up screen in the middle if it's not capable of 100 watts for charging. Or like with the anchors, as soon as you plug even another cable in them, it would do it. Or on the Razer, if you plug in another Type-C cable, you have to use the Type-A on the Razer if you want to keep 100 watts on the Type-C. So let's see if that's the case here by plugging in. We have the secondary Type-C, which should only be able to do 20 watts. Plugged it into here. So we have no warning here, which is good. So that means it's still doing the 100 watts to the Razer Blade Stealth. Looks like it renegotiated, but we're still at 70 something. That's right about where it was before. Now here we're at 12 volt, 2.7, 2.8 amp. So we can call that 12 volt, 3 amp. So it's actually doing, and the ThinkPad being programmed correctly, look at that. It sees 36 watt USB-C. So I bet you if I plug that Type A in, we'll go down to 20, because there's only 40 watts left of power after you use 100 on the main one. But it does maintain that blue guy, the PD 3.1 port at 100 watts when nothing else is plugged in. Granted, we're not using it, but the big thing is the laptop isn't complaining, because this laptop, if it didn't have 100 watts, if it was on, it would not charge, or it kind of would, but like it would actually reduce, you get battery levels of performance on this if you didn't have a 100 watt charger. Like it would reduce the performance of the laptop. If you had it off completely, it could charge with anything. And obviously you can't complain if it's not on, but as you can see, no complaints. We're pushing about what we were before. Obviously it's charging, so it becomes a little bit less over time. I do have the second gen of this, and so it can charge off this one. My first gen, which was the lower wattage i7 and the standard 1650, could only charge off that left port, because that's the Thunderbolt one. On the third gen of this, that Lenticular has, or you might see it as MB67, he has one gen newer than this even, and that has the 11th gen processor. This is only a 10th and a half, and he's got Thunderbolt on both sides and full charging on both sides. So they've been slowly improving over time. No 12th gen yet though. I will buy that as soon as it drops, I tell you what. But yeah, so currently these are doing better than even the Razer charger did, which I am very, very, very impressed with. Now let's switch back to the Pixel 7 Pro. Pyong.